tomorrow or something. I
Okay.
know nothing about him, but I saw on Twitter that his stats for his sort of defensive work is up there in the sort of high echelons of the defensive mids in Europe. So yeah, I think they found a pretty good bargain, but
Okay.
we'll just see how it goes, I suppose.
Excellent. Oh, well, maybe that'll improve their defensive prospects, and Trent will go back to being more of an inverted right back, if you like.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, I'll start this week if you like, because usually you go first because I've actually made a transfer. So, team as it stands this weekend. So I'm playing Turner in goal for that Friday night home game against Sheffield United, just because Johnson has got a home game against Arsenal. I mean, Johnson did well for me last week. He was one of my little beacons that I was pleased with. But yeah, I can't play Johnson at home when I've got two Arsenal attackers. So now, because of my Gabriel transfer, I've walked into double Chelsea defence, which I don't like double defences, but it's just that mad scramble on the Friday before the season started is just like thrown me a little bit. So yeah, I've got Colwell and Chilwell starting against West Ham, Estupiñán starting as well against Wolves away, Rashford, Bruno, Martinelli, Saka, Mitoma, Wolves away. Haaland has got the armband on him at the moment, just because he's Haaland, and Watkins vice captain as well, get home against Everton. I feel like Watkins is my pick this weekend that I need to do well to have a good week. I think across the midfield there's some difficult fixtures there for basically all of them. And I'm not confident on a Chelsea clean sheet, but I'm not confident on a Shaw clean sheet either. So if Watkins can return something for me, I think that's going to sort of make the difference between even at this stage, a red and a green arrow, to be honest.
Yeah, like it. Looks good. You got the option to bench Shaw, which is nice because you got Colwell. But are you expecting a clean sheet there for Chelsea? Or have you just said you're not?
I think, I can see Spurs scoring 1 or 2 goals. I could see West Ham scoring 1 goal. So I'm just basically pitting a 2-pointer against a 1-pointer. And Shaw's got a good knack of getting a yellow card. So I wouldn't be surprised if he could picked up a yellow card.
Yeah. It's just like annoying because like if we both had Stone still and he was still fit and he was like, we would have had the clean sheet versus Burnley. And then we would have been playing him at Newcastle home, and we wouldn't have had to worry about any of this. You didn't have to have double Chelsea defence.
I know.
Obviously, I picked Udogie or whatever he's called at Spurs as for their good fixtures after this week.
Yeah.
So I don't have the option to bench Shaw. So obviously, I'm going to go for the. I don't. Maybe I should play him instead of Shaw, but I feel like
maybe. I would probably do that.
Would you? I feel like Spurs defence is worse than United, so
I'd probably still back the home team. I'd probably still back the home team. That's what. Well, Sheffield,
yeah, you're probably right.
I'd probably say that. I mean, United weren't great, and Spurs were, but I mean, Spurs were not great defensively. No, I'd probably.
At the moment, like he's probably only Shaw is probably only starting because of the price point. I feel like that's the only reason I've started him over Udogie.
Yeah.
But yeah, your team looks good. I don't feel like there's any need to transfer at the moment.
No, well, apart from, I mean, I wouldn't have done a transfer. I just didn't fancy.
Oh yeah, you did.
I did Chilwell to go Gabriel to Chilwell. I just didn't. At least I know. I think the main reason I did it was at least I know with sure that he's going to start. Like I don't want to be lining up for game week. I was thinking game week 3 when Gabriel's got Palace at home and Shaw's got Forest, and then I would have had Colwell playing against Luton. I would have been kicking myself if like that game again Gabriel gets benched and I haven't got Chilwell for one of those players against Luton at home and then he scores, because that would just be frustrating. Whereas I feel like now I've got still an okay fixture in game week 2. It's not ideal long term, but to bench a 5.5 million, sure, but it's okay. It is what it is.
Yeah, I feel like it could be like a 0-0 there. That the Chelsea West Ham games, I feel like in the past have just, at least the last few seasons, have been quite boring.
Yeah, I hope it's boring. I hope I'd take a 0-0. Well, if I imagine Caicedo's going to start, and one of the stats that really caught my eye from the weekend when having a look at all the numbers is that Liverpool had like the 2nd or 3rd lowest XG of the weekend. I mean, I would not have called that like away against this new Chelsea team, but yeah, Chelsea looked good defensively from the numbers they conceded, so maybe they can put a similar performance up against West Ham if Caicedo comes in, Enzo and Caicedo in midfield. Yep. Yeah, it could be good. So yeah, that's how I'm heading into the weekend, and we'll wait to see what leaks we have.